Today is the final part of our expenses series. And like normal, we've saved the most difficult part for last. The last and most challenging piece of your expenses is your non-annual, non-recurring expenses. Now, if you're like most people, you're thinking, what could possibly be left? We've accounted for everything. And that would be why you follow me. This category of expenses is the most challenging because it is almost impossible to track, and for the most part is pretty theoretical. Now is where most people say, why on earth would I put theoretical expenses in my budget? And the answer to that is because the expense itself is not theoretical. It's just the dollar figure that we're kind of fudging for now. Expenses in this category are things like tires for your car. You will need them, but I have no idea what they're going to cost when you go to buy them. Do you own a home? A lot of times some of your maintenance falls in here too. Do you have a furnace? What about a hot water heater? As homeowners, we would like to think they would last forever, but the reality is that they won't. But again, I don't know what they're going to cost when they break. Now, some people use things like hot water heaters going out and furnaces breaking as an emergency expense, and they use their emergency fund for that. Don't worry, I'll do a video on emergency funds too. But if you're going to spend all this time building such a comprehensive budget, why would you leave them out? I recommend that you just take a guess using today's dollar figures and then kind of figure out roughly how long they last. This is where some of the fun comes in. Let's say you're a really great driver like me, and your tires last you 3 years on the nose. You would take the cost of your tires and divide it by 36 months. And that's how much you should be saving every single month for your tires. Now, we know that with inflation, that dollar figure won't be exact, but it's better than taking the whole thing out of your emergency fund. Usually, once you get pretty good at building a budget and sticking to it every month, having to take something out of your emergency fund is kind of stressful. When you account for some of these bigger expenses, it helps eliminate some of the stress of having to withdraw funds from that emergency fund that you worked so very hard to build. Now, since this category is a little trickier, drop in the comments anything that you've found that other people might forget. And if you don't already, follow me for more budget tips.